Ben 10's Secret of the Omnitrix. It just sounds important. This is Ben 10's first movie, and I think it's the best piece of Ben 10 media out there. That might be controversial, but this is the pinnacle of Ben 10 for me. You have Ben and Gwen in space going on an adventure to find the creator of the Omnitrix. Why? Well, the Omnitrix is about to explode, and when it does explode, it will rip apart the whole universe. Now that's what I call stakes. We see Ben rediscover why he wants to be a hero and what sacrifice really means. Even though we've already seen him learn that before, but shush. Vilgax is also here because you need that villainous energy, and he makes a good final-like battle scene. This movie just adds so much to the Ben 10 mythos, like Azmuth and Way Big. And honestly, I would have liked Tetrax and Myax to have a bigger role going forward, but at least they come back from time to time. This movie is also just gorgeous. It's definitely an upgrade from the already amazing-looking show. Now, I love UAF and Omniverse, but sadly, they never got animated movies to really flex their muscles.
That's why I think Ben 10 Secret of the Omnitrix is probably the best Ben 10 media. It's the best culmination of all storylines. It's the best, plot points and animation and new aliens, and
only if you get the certain opener, you get new aliens.
That's true. We can talk about that to start off if you want to.
Yeah.
Do you like this though? What's your thoughts?
This movie, 10 out of 10.
I think this is like when I think about Ben 10, a lot of this is Secret of the Omnitrix.
Yes, 100%.
So,
like if only it had a theatrical opening.
I think it was gonna, right? And then they just decided to kind of split it up into 3 parts and put it up as the opener of season 4.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's a good way to get people to watch your show, I guess.
Yeah, definitely put it back on TV, but
do a TV movie.
Man, what a banger watching this movie back again for the channel. It was so good.
I think, this is, like I said, this is my favorite Ben 10 media. And Alien Force season 2, that 2-parter ending.
He comes close.
War of the Worlds part 1 and 2.
Yeah. He's got to go.
Famously, for whatever reason, this has 3 different openings with 3 different aliens.
Yeah, you get the red version, the gold version, or the blue version.
It's like Pokemon kind of.
Yeah. Oh, that could be why.
I think
Ben 10 blue.
Yeah, I think Accelerate's the most random for me. I mean, he's a fan favorite alien for sure, but like he doesn't have like a beam attack like the others do, so it's just easier for them to do like the overheat move on the DNA bomb that Animo does. Eye Guy, of course, he has his laser beam eye, and then Heat Blast has his like fire powers.
And what's weird is we won't see Eye Guy until close to the season finale.
I think so,
because he's with the Sinister
or the -10.
-10.
Season 4 introduces Eye Guy and Ditto as pretty much the new aliens. You could Upchuck season 3 for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, Gold version I think makes sense because I've heard other people talk about this as well. Gold. It shows Eye Guy, and first of all, I hate the name Eye Guy.
Yeah, terrible.
Gwen is making fun of the other aliens in that scene. She's like, "Hey, hothead," or like, "Hey, quick legs," or she's making fun of him.
Yeah.
In this, she goes, "Hey, Eye Guy," like that's a joke. She's making fun of him for having eyes.
Yeah,
his name should be something different. It shouldn't be Eye Guy,
like Octoman or something like that.
Or just like something to do
Ocular Guy or something.
Something. I'm not clever. I don't know.
Octo.
Do like a pun with
ocular.
Yeah, something like that.
Because you got a bunch of eyes, so Octo for like 8.
Well, it's more than 8 eyes, probably.
Maybe. I didn't count them.
I know you didn't. He's got a bunch of eyes that do different stuff as well. He's a good, well-rounded alien.
Except we never see him.
I know. He's only in like 1 episode of Classic.
Yeah.
He's in the movie, some of the versions, and then he's in a couple episodes of Omniverse.
Yeah, you don't see him in Alien Force, really.
Nah, I don't think at all.
Yeah.
Or Ultimate Alien. It makes more sense, I think, for Eye Guy to be here because this is like Ben's inexperience with a new alien, so he's just kind of like, I don't know what to do. Like, I can just shoot a beam at it.
Yeah.
With Heat Blast, it's like, okay, here's your first introduction to Ben in the show, and also as an alien in the show, and then also in the movie.
Right.
Makes sense as Heat Blast. Accelerate, like I said, is kind of a random pick.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I like how he just
takes... Who would you pick instead?
I would just pick Eye Guy. I think that's a good introduction.
Don't have 3 people.
Yeah, I don't know. There's probably a reason. I think it was maybe like a like we were talking about, maybe like a regional thing.
Yeah.
Some countries got blue, some got red. I don't know, but I think on Max when we watched it on there, we also watched it on Netflix. It was Heat Blast, so I think Heat Blast might be the more accepted version.
Yeah, because who doesn't like Heat Blast?
And it's cool, and it makes sense. It's like a callback to the first episode because we see the first one we see.
Anyway, yeah, so we got a couple of openers, and we get a fan favorite cult classic of Dr. Animo as the villain of the day that they're trying to thwart, who ends up messing up the Omnitrix and spirals us into this whole story to begin.
Mm-hmm. He's working on like a DNA bomb, which is kind of his motivation. The last time we saw him, it was he was trying to make everyone on the Earth a mutant, radiated into weird. What's his deal, man? Why is he?
He's just creepy.
He's
like on the extreme side of the autism spectrum. You know? Like, I think he's just extremely autistic.
He's like, I want everyone to be bugs.
Yeah, because I like bugs.
He's got this big bug with him.
Yes.
Sort of a big, like,
it looks so cool.
stinger bug.
Yeah.
I don't know what bug that's supposed to be. But he, his mutants always look a little different. Maybe it's just like a wasp he mutated.
Yeah. One of his mutants is going to start shooting laser beams, and we're going to call him Scott Summers.
No, it's cool though. Anytime you see Ben 10 in like a different format, you got to have Animo there for some reason.
Oh, for sure.
He's like the Doc Ock, where he's like linked to Ben
He's
in one way.
goofy, kooky.
Yeah, he's like the fun kind of silly villain. We also get Vilgax in
Just a
this.
silly little guy.
This is a goofy little.
Oh yeah,
man.
you can't have a movie of Ben 10 and not have Vilgax in it.
And I'll be honest with you too. I think Vilgax is the weakest part of this, even though I love him to death. I think the ticking clock of the Omnitrix about to explode and kill the universe. I think that's a better.
I think with Vilgax,
struggle.
it puts the pressure of him needing to use the Omnitrix more than he should.
That's true. But even like still, like Gwen gets eaten up by a little Wildvine character in this, and he has to go in the forearms.
The only time we see forearms.
Yeah, I mean, he's the only one that gets the transformation, but he didn't really do anything. It's just,
not at all.
I think it's beautiful because it's like a nice. I guess like he's his strongest character, but he can't save.
Yeah.
His cousin.
Can we get Cannonbolt transformation too, dude?
Yeah, we don't get him. We don't get the extended transformation, but he just turns.
Oh no, I just meant like he is Cannonbolt at some point.
Yeah. Let's run through all the aliens we get. You want to?
Yeah, let's go. So we'll just do
One
the
of
three
the three.
versions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Heat Blast, Accelerate, and Eye Guy, and then we get
Gray Matter.
Gray Matter's next, and then we get Wild Mutt,
I think.
and then we get Upchuck, who just came back. I mean, check out our video right here. He just came out.
I'm glad they used him in this because he's he feels like a big, like for some reason he feels like a mythic Pokemon where like he's like really cool. Like he's in the season enders and he's in like the movies and stuff.
We like Upchuck, and I like because of the better quality of a movie. He's like more green, like a deeper, richer green.
He does look better, and his belly's just glowing anyway.
Yes, dude. So then after Upchuck we get
that's forearms, I think, yeah.
And then we get Cannonbolt, and then after that we get Way Big, which don't like that name.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Gwen just says a thing. He's like, oh, that's a big alien. He's like, oh, Way Big.
Yeah, and it's like,
Shut up, dude,
bro.
Come on.
You've got so many cool names, and you got a Way Big and Eye Guy.
A lot of people crap on his names though, like Diamond Head, Forearms, even
Those
like
are cool.
Stinkfly.
I like those names.
I think it's maybe just like nostalgia bias, but I do like those names. They at least flow.
Yes,
100%. Even like Upchuck, Ditto, like those all just sound cool.
Yeah.
It's when we get to like Blocks or like.
I love hating on Blocks. I love hating on
Some of
that
our
guy.
comments the other day was like a biggest Blocks defender. They give like a paragraph of like why they love Blocks so much.
And I didn't read it.
Yeah, I think we gave it a heart and went on our way. Thank you for commenting though.
Yeah, we read most of your comments.
We do, and we try to respond if we can.
Yeah.
Give us a like and subscribe as well while you're down there.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we get. I think that's my favorite part in this, where Gwen just gets sucked up and snatched away, and forearms just doing. He's just meaninglessly punching.
Like he's trying. It's like the futility of it.
Yeah.
Like Ben doesn't take anything serious, and then he sees Gwen get taken and it's essentially dead. You know.
And she sacrificed herself for him. This is the theme of this is like sacrifice.
And thank you for the sacrifice.
Oh, I've had enough sacrifices.
I don't want anymore. Okay. No, we get Tetrax.
Tetrax is back. He feels like he's another one. He feels like a big important part of the series, but he's only ever in two things in the original canon.
But he's so sick.
He is very cool. He's Diamond Head, essentially. He's Diamond Head with a gun, so he's even cooler. You know?
And he takes his back diamonds and makes them into boomerangs.
Yeah, that was fun.
He gets captured by the robot, and the robot looks, and he's dimified his whole
Dimified
being.
is a word.
Yeah, I'm keeping it.
Let's go.
Yeah. So Tetrax always cool. Like you said, he's got the gun too, so if anything happens, he can just shoot you.
And it's cool.
If anything else.
It's cool that we get some more personality. Like he's always like he says something, he's like, I've done this millions of times. It's never hurt me. And Ben's like, don't you have diamond hard skin? He goes, good point.
Anyway, let's just keep going here.
And he's got the who knew motif. He just keeps saying like, oh, who knew?
It's like Gluto's your pilot, you know? Gluto is actually a subspecies of the goop.
He's not, but
yes, he is.
In Steven's headcanon, which I can accept, because I looked it up because it's funny that we both came to the same realization of like, boy, this guy is pretty similar to Goop.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Gluto. He's a protean, I think is what his race is.
Goop then?
Goop is like a polymorph. Is it just straight up polymorph?
So stupid. They should be cousins.
Different homeworlds. They may be from the same system. I don't think so. I think what I read, which must be a throwaway piece of lore from some trading card or something. But Gluto, and Wildmud have the same like homeworld system.
Oh, really?
So their planets must be similar. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't
make sense.
That's lore that doesn't need to have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, Tetrax is really cool, and Tetrax has also got a good voice actor as well.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know what you're going through.
Dave Fenoy, he does a really good job, and it kind of sounds just like normal Ben Tetrax, or Ben Diamond Head, but a little extra inflections.
Not to get too nerdy here, but I know it's funny that they're in the same system, right? Like same solar system. Wildmutt and Gluto.
Yeah.
What you learn about in science is that there's a Goldilocks zone for life in a system. You have to be a certain distance from the sun, but a certain distance close to the sun. And you'd think, oh, two planets can't have... Like, if you find a solar system, odds are you're only going to find one planet with life because it's in the Goldilocks zone. Mm-hmm. But if the sun's big enough, you could have several planets in that Goldilocks zone. You know what I mean? But they would all have to be that close to each other that they'd have to know of each other. You know what I mean?
Or it depends on, I guess, like, the type of life it is.
That's true, too. To support the life that we have is this kind of thing.
Yeah.
But some people could adapt to it.
Like Gluto, he might not even be carbon based. He might just be some kind of weird goo
point.
man.
Yeah, that's a good point. But they would have to be for Wildmutt species because they seem very carbon based.
They could be on Earth and be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I like Gluto's little like lower half is just like a robot body that he just drive like he's piloting like a little like robot to drive him around.
It's so funny.
And then he also pilots the big ship, so he pretty much needs like supports to move around a bunch.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we get Grandpa Max is not here. He gets left behind.
Yeah, the reasoning was, sorry, Max, can't just risk anyone recognizing you out in space. Wear a mask or stay on the ship. Why can't Grandpa Max come?
There's only ever Gluto. We only ever see Gluto and Tetrax on the ship, so there should only be those two that they would need to.
I think if they brought Max, it would just be too much bloat on the cast. You know, like what can he do that Gwen and Ben aren't already doing?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, he could use his plumber tech and stuff, but
it helps with growth, too, of both Ben and Gwen.
Yeah.
You know, not to have Max on there and for them to have to grow by themselves.
It does kind of put them in a more unfamiliar, unkind situation.
Where Grandpa Max is like usually a parent figure, and now they're with Uncle Tetrax, who's like, I've never really had kids, so you guys just do what you need.
And clearly he doesn't care as much as Max or like...
Dude, the amount of times Ben's messing something up on the ship or in any of like a Incarceron and stuff, and you would get mad, and Tetrax is just like, okay, whatever, Ben.
He kind of does just like, okay. He's like, how did they figure this out? He's like, I don't know.
Beats me.
All right.
Okay, well, let's keep punching them.
But I don't know. There's a lot of Ben not supposed to use his Omnitrix, but like how would he like it's all the Omnitrix messes up a lot, right?
Yes.
Like it's messed up and made him. I mean, granted, he flicked off the faceplate, and that's why they had the combo aliens.
Idiot.
And it's also messed up before. Where it's just like stuck on one mode or the other. But like Ben always just uses it, and it always ends up okay.
Yeah.
Granted, we figure out that it's pretty damaged, I guess.
Yeah, it turns into the self-destruct mode.
The SDM.
Yeah.
And that's why they have to go find Azmuth. We know his name, Azmuth.
The creator.
The creator of the Omnitrix, but we don't know where he's at or what he looks like or who he is or anything. So Tetrax finds his signature. It's like a DNA signature on the back of the watch. Mm-hmm. And that's they figure out that...
Which is kind of weird. How do you know your DNA signature to put it on the back of a watch?
I don't know. You must just have like an extra level.
What's your DNA signature?
It's just sperm, I guess. I don't know.
You know what? That could be even better than Social Security numbers.
Oh, yeah. This is your literal DNA. So
yeah.
That'd
be cool.
But Myax is his assistant who actually put hers on instead.
Yeah, we're introduced to her in Incarceron.
Incarsicon.
Incarceron's a book.
Oh, it sounds like a Transformer.
It's crazy. Everyone's in this cube Incarceron thing, and it turns out it's super small, and it's on someone's keychain.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I love when things are like that, like the Twilight Zone will do that.
Yes. I never finished the book series. It was a 3-part series. I only read the first one. The library didn't have the other two. But when I read that, I was like, oh my God, biggest cliffhanger. Maybe I'll go back and revisit them.
You should, yeah.
But anyway, so he sees Myax, and Myax is the same species as Vilgax. So he's like, oh, Vilgax is here. And he instantly turns it up. Chuck doesn't even think or anything. Just, I see tentacles, I'm going after him.
They're in this little like horse suit essentially, where Gwen is the back and he's the front.
Mm-hmm.
And he just like rips out of it his upchuck, leaves Gwen completely defenseless.
After being told that aliens love to eat humans, so Gwen's just like, you guys have all had dinner, right? But after Ben like fights her for a while, he goes, wait, you're a girl, and she goes, yeah, I am, and then kicks him, just kicks him away.
It's like, yeah, what about it? Boom. We can also mention Gwen just snuck aboard.
Yeah,
it's a good thing she did. She saves him a couple times. And the fact that like she gets, I think she sacrificed himself in front of the wild vines. That's what happened.
Yeah, because they went to grab Ben,
and she jumps in front. So like he would have been gotten there. She also uses like her force magic to like do a force field and saves him from like a thing of acid in the beginning before they even go on the ship.
Yeah, a lot of her magic in this is just, it looks like telekinesis. Yeah. Essentially.
Which I guess if you make a force field around something and throw it, I guess that's the same deal.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I don't know. Are we vibing with the blue magic? Do we prefer the purple magic?
I like blue. Well, why is that even a question for me?
Good point.
I love blue. I really hated it when she ended up having pink purple magic.
Yeah. Well, her color scheme is like red and blue.
Yeah.
So I guess adding purple it has like a level of color mismatch to me.
Well, it kind of matches her clothes. In the Ben 10 Classic, she has like blue clothes, so she has blue magic. And then in the Ben 10 Alien Force, she has like that red blazer.
Well, it's not until the third season, though. Because she has the blue.
Oh, she has the blue blazer in the first. Oh, okay. Never mind.
I don't know. Maybe they just to differentiate. Also, she has that alien form. It's all purple anyway. So. Yeah. I'm fine with the blue.
Yeah, no. Gwen shows up in this movie. She has a pretty contributing factor.
She really does. She's in Coruscant. She's like taking pipes off the wall and like tearing up aliens.
Yeah, our buddy Caleb was watching it with us, and he goes, "No way, they're strong enough to do that." And we're like, "Actually, Gwen has been like superhumanly strong since like day one. We don't know what's going on."
We've always joked about her like swallowing steroids.
Like she's like a roid-raged lady.
But yeah, Coruscant's really cool. There's a lot of fun aliens to look at.
You see a really cool. Rib jaws,
Piscus Phaloan. You see two of them actually. There's two.
Yeah, and they just look so sick.
And they've got like the breathers on. You think the Omnitrix can't make one of those?
I guess not, because Ben is just ever down. Water. I'm a superhero.
We finally get him back in the fourth season. He comes in for a couple episodes.
Oh no.
I love Vilgax, or I love Ripjaws. Steven's not so big on him. I think the community
He's
at large.
Not useful, man.
No, he is useful underwater. You know. Like if you're underwater, you're not going to pick anyone but Ripjaws. You know what I mean?
Yes, you are.
Who are you picking?
Cannonbolt.
Cannonbolt's not doing it. He's drowning underwater.
He's not. He's got dolphin skin.
he's a roly-poly armadillo,
He's essentially
man.
half dolphin.
Anyway, we won't get into it. But yeah, it's cool. We also see a stinkfly who's really funny. What is his name? The alien species.
I don't know.
It's like a Veloptorian or something.
Yeah, he sounds like Billy from Billy and Mandy.
I'm pretty sure it's just the normal stinkfly voice, though.
Yeah, I think so.
And then we also have a Tetramand with like an eye patch. And then we see an upgrade, a galvanic mechamorph, which are apparently the system engineers.
Yeah.
So they're there just like working on the tech. Because Tetrax sets it up as like there's no guards, there's no prison wardens. It's just like a place where all the criminals go and they're locked in, so we can't. You know,
they get to keep their weapons and stuff.
Yeah, I guess.
Which is really weird.
Well, most of them like have super abilities anyway. So.
Yeah, so
because they're when they find out Ben has the Omnitrix, he's like he could turn into any one of us.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, if he could, he would have already done it. I just like all those aliens were there, and I was like, if you could all just scan the watch real quick, we'd love to have you.
Well, he just needs to go up around him and just like bam, like keep hitting him and touching him and stuff.
This is gonna be so sick when I can use it again.
He never does that at all. Like we talked about with Xylene, where she just put in the upchuck model, but upchuck transformation, but didn't actually give him her alien species transformation.
So then we get 6/6 in there as well. So 6/6 breaks out, and it's so funny. They're trying to fly on Tetrax's ship, and they've got so it turns out the girl Myax is the assistant, but she's like, oh no, I'm the creator kind of thing. So she gets off planet with them. But 6/6 is on the hull, and he's like, I'm just gonna chill. And he looks over, and there's this 4-armed blue dude, and he's like, yeah, good. And he's like, no, and he shoots him off.
Just a hater.
Yeah, and then 6/6 ends up getting belted off as well.
I love his motivation is just like, well, Tetrax has defeated me before.
Yeah,
and I guess that's what put him on Coruscant.
Yeah.
And he's just like, and both of them are like layered up. I assume they're both known.
Yes,
because like 6/6 is in his big disguise. Like I'm assuming he's like a big enough deal that if you beat him, he gives you like glory or whatever. Yeah. So he's like all covered up, and then like that's his whole motivation throughout the whole thing is just I will kill Tetrax Shard. Me and him are on site anytime. I'm his biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk.
I love it though. Like he's an intellectual bounty hunter.
Sure,
and he's like working. Well, there's a point to that. He's working with Vilgax afterwards. Vilgax ends up picking him up. And there's that really cool scene where Vilgax punches him or something, he like pulls out all of his weapons, and Vilgax like juices up his arm. He's like, "You better make sure, buddy, that you can kill me."
He's like, "Oh, okay."
He puts all up. But the second he gets his mask ripped off, and it's like this feral alien-looking guy afterwards. The next time you see them, Vilgax is holding him on a leash, and 6/6 has gone completely feral. So I don't know if it's about something on the mask or what.
I think that just the way that just looks is funny. I think
it's so funny, dude.
It's just like Vilgax is so dominating. That he's got this like you said, like pseudo intellectual kind, and he's just like on a leash. Like he's literally just got this bounty hunter like frothing at the mouth.
Let me at him. I see Tetrax. You know, all he does is chase Tetrax in that entire fight.
It's his whole motivation. It's just like, I'm trying to get Tetrax dead. We can also say Vilgax just got out of the Null Void. It's a pop-up trivia that he found a portal and just exited through the Null Void. Didn't think to take Kevin with him. Mm-mm. Kevin had to find his own way out.
Yeah.
So that's lucky, I guess. You can also say, like, Vilgax probably has some sensory, powers, I guess. I don't know what the Chimera Suggenus, like, power set is, but my ex is really smart. Vilgax is also the genius.
Yeah.
Is that like part of their like race? Is like are they all kind of like Galvans where they're just super smart?
Yeah, maybe.
Because they don't even get super strong. Like they're all pretty like thin framed, except for Vilgax because he has the modifications on him.
Yeah.
Also liked that my ex wasn't super shapely.
Yeah.
Like she was as shapely as Vilgax is.
She looked just like Vilgax.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell the difference until she started talking.
And I like that because like it doesn't, a lot of times nowadays like cartoons will just like. Even just anything like the female version of a male thing is just like completely like hourglass figure and like so it's nice that they have this like body I
wanted her curvy and thick.
She's a gross squid alien. What are you talking about? I
wanted her to be mommy.
She can still be mommy, I guess.
Make her curvier.
Doesn't make sense that she would have boobs though, because she's like a big squid person.
Give her 4 boobs.
Did you like the airlock like motif that kept coming back?
They just every 2 seconds someone's getting hit and thrown out of an airlock.
Ben is wild mud and he finds Gwen there and he's like, "Oh crap, Gwen's here!" And he just like turns around and bumps the airlock with his head, and it looks like it's on purpose. If you've seen the movie before, you're like, "What are you doing, Ben?"
Mm-hmm. And then Ben shoots Vilgax out of the airlock. Yeah. When they're leaving in Karsakon, they gotta throw somebody out of the airlock and show that it's just. The airlock's putting in as much work as the awning.
Oh, yeah. The awning is returned in this.
It does return.
We see it for half a second in the beginning.
I know me and you were like, the awning. And Caleb was like, the awning? And they're like, yeah, the awning.
Like this really cool spaceship lands next door, and they're like, what? What do you care about the awning? We just love the awning.
It's like Spaceship by Sleep. The awning. Real talk?
What about the stinkfly alien getting destroyed?
Yeah, he just gets vaporized as they're leaving a Karsakon. They like punch him, and he runs into one of the security drones, and then just gets.
It's like mist. It's like a red. It's like
mystified.
Kind of brutal. And if it was just a normal bug, I'd be like, "Oh, whatever, it's a bug." But it's
that
like
was a sentient creature.
It can turn into those. It's like a thing.
Essentially, like a picture of a human, someone mist.
Oh my goodness! What do you think about Ben's arc in this, where he's like, he's too selfish and wants to just be a hero. And then, he's got to like give up the Omnitrix essentially to save the universe.
Yeah, I like it because at first you can tell he's almost annoyingly so. He's like, "Oh, we're going on a road trip," It's like, "Ben, you're not taking this seriously." He's like, "I know, it's because everything's going to work out. It always does." And then as the movie keeps going, he's realizing, oh, 1, I'm going to lose the Omnitrix. 2, if I don't find the creator, the Omnitrix is going to wipe out all life in the universe. Yeah. 3, my cousin just died. And 4, now the creator doesn't even want to fix the Omnitrix. He wants the universe to just die anyway, kind of thing.
It is interesting. It's not quite as like forced as something like the Sumo Slammer card episode where like he's trying to get recognition for being a hero. Mm-hmm. This is just like this. It's interesting too because
it's like a retrospective on him as a hero.
Yeah,
the motivations behind him being a hero.
And there's a lot of continuity in this too. Like Tetrax, obviously the first season. Vilgax is the first 2 seasons. Gwen has the magic, which is the 3rd season.
Upchuck 3rd season.
Upchuck's 3rd season. Thank you. A lot of continuity here. So it is building from the show.
Yeah.
And I will say too, like. That's an interesting like dilemma, right? Like Tetrax is asking him, like, "Are you a hero because you like the hero lifestyle and you're about that
you're about that life,
that hero way, or are you a hero because it's the right thing to do and you're selfless and you want to help those who can't help themselves?"
Exactly.
And it's a good kind of motivation because, like, or it's a good question because, like, they're both good motivations. You're being a hero either way.
Yeah.
But I guess like Ben, if Ben was really doing the right thing, he would just give up the Omnitrix no problem, which he does.
No.
And he has before, by the way. In season 1 and 2 Enders, he's given up the Omnitrix.
I don't like how fast Azmuth gives up on the whole, no, I'm not going to fix it. It's almost instantaneous. He goes, okay, I guess I'll fix it.
I think Azmuth has self-isolated himself. He's isolated himself so long that, like, he just, as soon as he comes into contact with other, like, sapient people, he's like, oh, I'm an idiot. Like, this is a beautiful thing that Ben's doing here, and I'm dumb for not wanting to help save the universe.
Yeah.
But getting to Azmuth too, like we have to see the Omnitrix like guide them in there, which is cool. Kind of adds like another little level of personality because they couldn't do it without the Omnitrix. You know? And then they're in this asteroid field. We get the whole scene with like Ben flying the ship and shooting the laser beams with his feet.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I like all that. Yeah. That's when we first see Vilgax there. But I don't know. Yeah, it's cool. I think Ben deserves more time as Ben to shine in some of these episodes.
Yeah. I don't know. I really like watching Aliens.
Aliens are where it's at, but like maybe Ben could do it by himself.
Yeah.
I guess we get
Just
that
give
with
him
10,000.
some cool stuff to do it with,
Yeah. Make it fun to animate and watch, I guess.
Like, because he had that gun that attached to his arm. That was sick, and it was blue.
It was blue.
Yeah. So
Your
that was
favorite
fun.
color.
Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
We can also talk a little bit about the other aliens, the wild vines, that scene.
That was creepy.
It was kind of creepy. It gave me Lord of the Rings vibes for whatever reason.
Scary. They were like snakes.
Sneakies. And they were feral, I think.
Oh, 100%.
So that's
or maybe that's
interesting.
just how they are in the wild. And Ben's different because he's a sentient person.
Well, they're all sentient, right? Because you did that for the Omnitrix to scan the
But
DNA.
I'm saying they're not sentient like, oh, let's have a society and stuff. They're sentient, but in a sense of packs roaming and eating and stuff like that.
Could be.
Yeah.
But can they talk? I guess they can talk if you teach them how to talk or something.
Well, they could just communicate with each other. They don't really have a reason to talk to anyone else.
My headcanon, at least, is that they're just like a random pack of like feral ones. Like you can find feral humans or something. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure they have like their own society and stuff where they are plant people.
I kind of like them just being, that's how they are as a species.
I can see both.
Yeah.
They're meat eaters. We can
for sure.
extrapolate
Carnivores.
that for sure. Because they do have the clamp tramp on them, and they
Yeah.
have teeth on them. The ones that they're fighting,
Yeah.
so they like are clearly eating meat.
Yeah, they're ready.
Trying to eat human being, which are apparently tasty to aliens.
When they grabbed Gwen and they were like slithering back down and stuff, oh, it was so terrifying to look at.
Gluto gets killed twice.
Twice.
Vilgax slams a big thing on him.
Yeah, and Vilgax doesn't. The only thing he says was like, "How dare you touch me, creature!"
He's more upset that he touched him. than anything
Yeah.
else.
And then the second time he dies, Gwen is seeing him all over the place, and this robot guy goes to shoot her, and Gluto just comes out and saves her again. Which he comes back to life. He can generate from any piece of his own material, so he had some left on her shirt after she got kidnapped, and he regenerated like that.
Much like Ghost Freak.
Or goop.
I don't know about Goop.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Goop is cool though. Goop's a good alien.
I don't know. I only like the stock running. Goop.
Where he's like sprinting away from his fans.
Yeah. I just don't
That's
see
funny.
what you use goop for.
Just the same stuff you use Gluto for.
Yeah.
Just
nothing.
like getting into hard spaces or fighting people that I don't know. It's a good body type, I think.
Yeah.
We can talk a little bit about Azmuth. Do you like him and his bio armor?
I think it looks cool.
I do like the
He's
bio
given
armor.
NRG.
Oh,
vibes.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And I like the shoulder pads and the face are like the same material, and
Yeah.
he's got the Omnitrix symbol sort of on his chest.
Yeah.
You know?
Like built into it.
Sort of. And then it's one shot from Cannonbolt to after he dunks on the doors, he just like one shot.
And Cannonball doesn't know he's in a suit, so he's just committed murder again.
He said he was like, I didn't know. I thought you were stronger.
Yeah, I said that. That was an invincible throwback.
I liked it. I like this version of Azmuth because he's just kind of like annoyed. He's like, whatever, just get out of my. He almost gives like
Like if
get
Jerry
off my lawn.
Seinfeld was Azmuth.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
I
do like the Alien Force voice actor, I think, more.
Well, he's more like gruff and
Yeah, he sounds wiser.
He does sound wiser, but I think that like this is the
And
first
this one, he
time
sounds
we've
like a
seen him.
whiny nerd, like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory.
Sure, But this is the first version, so it's up to the rest of the continuity to use this version. And they're like, actually, he's like a gruff kind of mentor character.
Yeah.
So I don't. They're both good in their own right.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
And maybe this is because it's his first, but I do kind of prefer this.
Oh no, I like the other one.
Anyway, Azmuth does have a turnaround. Robert David Hall, he's on a bunch of CSI shows and stuff. He does a good job.
We don't have
as
enough
Azmuth.
CSI shows.
Well, he cameos in some of them, and some of them he has like a 200 something episode run. So like he's on a bunch of
Too
stuff.
many episodes of a CSI show.
He's also done a bunch of background voices and animation and stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of looked into him. Yeah, he's an interesting character. He kind of needs them to help because once Vilgax shows up and starts attacking, it's like, okay, either help Ben or you just let the whole universe explode
And now
get killed
your
beforehand.
base is destroyed, so you can't live it out.
Yeah,
Which I guess that's what he thought he was doing, was going to survive it and just rebuild.
I guess so. Ben eventually like he gives Azmuth the Omnitrix and he just kind of like unplugs it. And they've been kind of talking about this the whole movie of like, well, they can deactivate the Omnitrix. We're not so sure we can put it back together.
Yeah.
So we need Azmuth to at least break it.
I don't know why you wouldn't think Azmuth couldn't put it back together. You know
But I do love that realization where he's like, "Who told you that? Not me."
Yeah.
He puts it right back together.
Yeah, he's like, well, no, I never said that.
But that's a cool little moment. And that last fight scene is incredible.
Oh, yeah, it's so fun. You get all the aliens and the robots and stuff.
Gwen and Gluto get a nice return.
Mm-hmm. Gluto's just kicking ass.
He's like whipping people with his little tentacle hands.
It gives Sandman from the Legends of the Guardians.
Yeah, I can see that.
He had the whip and he was just...
Yeah. He looks like I want a toy of Gluto that like stretches and like reforms and stuff.
It'd get dirty though. You know, all those little rubber squeezy toys, they always get so dirty.
They do. Can you wash those or no?
I'm sure you could, but I don't know.
It never feels the same.
Yeah. It's a weird toy.
Another great line in this that's toward the end. Gwen's like, "You think you need the watch? Think of all the times you saved people without even being an alien. It's like it's you. You're the hero. You don't need the watch." Not
nearly as much as you have with the aliens, though.
That's true. I know. One time we were talking about that exact scene, and you're like, shut the hell up. If I just lost the Omnitrix, that's not what I want to hear.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
But no, I like that.
It's easy for her to say. She has magic now.
That's the thing too. Earlier in the movie, she's like, easy to say when I'm not a hero, and it's like you are a hero though.
Yeah.
And you've tried to be a hero at least on 2 occasions.
Yes.
With the Lucky Girl stuff.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, they're outnumbered, they're outmanned, they're outgunned. Azmuth comes back and puts the watch back, and he's like, "Try this one," and he like does a double.
Try this one on for size. And he doesn't double fist it; he jumps.
That's what. Yeah, I meant to do like double like foot, like falcon kick,
so just
falcon
jumps,
stomp,
just jumps,
like a falcon down air or whatever.
Yeah, turns into way big.
Way big.
Again, very underutilized, but at the same time, like,
how are you going to use him?
How are you going to use him?
Yeah, he would have been good against the -10.
Probably. I mean, be good against any of Ben's villains.
There's some debate about when this fits in the timeline, but since it aired before season 4 came out, I think that's why we put it here.
Yeah, I don't know why Ben hasn't learned from the Vilgax part where he throws Vilgax into space.
Yeah,
all of his villains just pick him up with Way Big and throw him into space. You know?
Dr. Animo.
Yes.
Well, he's not killing Vilgax by doing that, namely, but
yeah,
at least put him back in the null void, right?
Right.
You could also, I love Way Big. He just like he did that joke where he picks up the 2 giant robots and
I was like, now kiss. Can't go a day without a SpongeBob reference.
Yeah, this is the best. This is the best version of Way Big, I think.
Oh yeah.
He's got. I don't know if you noticed. He has like 2 eyes on his cheeks to like just like look at the ground because he's so big that he would not normally see that.
Yeah.
Famously, Toku Stars, which is a reference to Ultraman.
Yeah.
That's kind of what he is.
I see the
it's like the big fin on the head.
I never thought that until you brought it up, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's the spitting image of Ultraman."
Yeah. In Omniverse, he pretty much just is Ultraman. Like they don't have like in this. He has like those little like fins on his hip, and he kind of has like a bigger arm, like elbow thing going on. But he's
essentially the same guy.
In Omniverse, he just looks 1-to-1 Ultraman,
100%.
and that's where like the beam thing comes from too. He does a little beam.
Oh, is that an Ultraman thing? It's more like this,
something like that.
Yeah.
I think it eventually just becomes like where he comes out of his hands or it comes out of his head or fin or whatever.
Oh.
They kind of just do whatever with Way Big because he's so big and they don't use him too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's famously created out of a cosmic storm.
Oh, really?
And that's why they're the most rare. They don't have a home world or a home, race. They're like once every so often the universe just makes a big ass Way Big.
Whoa, that's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool. It's good lore.
What do they eat?
People, I guess. I don't know. They're delicious, apparently.
Yeah, delicious.
I'm not sure what they eat. I'm not sure even how they get to a planet or where they go. Most of the Way Bigs we see are corrupted Toku stars. In the video game Cosmic Destruction, I think is what it's called. That's the main villain. You turn into Way Big and fight the other evil Way Big.
Oh, cool.
And then there's also some of those in Omniverse as well. So that's fun.
Yeah.
He's one of my faves. I think if you go watch our Ben 10 playlist draft, I picked him like right away. I was like, this is the guy.
First guy, yeah.
Way Big is the alien.
You have to pick him.
I thought so.
Which you won that draft too.
I did.
We want to do more drafts, guys. Leave it in the comments what you think we should be doing for drafts. It could be anything.
Yeah, we did Pokemon last time. We may re-upload it.
We may re-upload it. We may even do another one just to see.
Maybe.
It's the easier one to do drafts with. But, leave it in the comments what you would like to see, what genre or anything. We watch a lot of TV shows and movies, so we may know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, a couple ideas.
Yeah.
Running forward. Anyway, do you have anything else to say about it?
No, I think that's it.
They come back home. There's a zombie invasion.
Yeah.
And that's from the inner system. We find out those aliens come from there. Mm-hmm. And we don't really ever see the zombies or see too much about them. Like, I looked up for a reference image and couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
It's just like a little inside joke, I guess, about, like, Ben and Gwen have to keep fighting. Like, you got to keep back at it. Like, they're at a mall in the beginning, and they get kicked out because Ben's watch is acting silly. But That's the whole thing. Gwen's like kind of motif in this is that she wished she had a normal life.
Yeah.
Wish she could just go shopping and whatever.
And then she's like, I wish I could do that, but I'm going to sneak on this alien ship instead of having
yeah,
one.
that's your fault, dude.
So dumb.
Anyway.
But yeah, I enjoyed it.
That's
good.
10 out of 10.
Yeah,
Ben
10
10.
out of 10. The best piece of best piece of Ben 10 media we get.
What's your second favorite?
Probably the two-parter War of the Worlds or the Agrigor storyline towards the end as well.
It's good.
Yeah, those are the 3 peaks for me. I think.
I think this has so many elements of Ben 10. Like it's got the Vilgax stuff. It's got Tetrax. It's got all his watches morphing him into aliens, sort of like the end of season 1.
Yeah.
It's peak. I don't know. You get new aliens. You get new. You get Azmuth. You get the lore of like how the Omnitrix came around.
Very true.
I think this is the best. And let us know in the comments if you think the same thing.
Yeah.
If you want to watch the rest of our Ben 10 episode reviews, you can click right over here by me. If you want to watch some more of our YouTube fun stuff like the playlist draft or the Pokemon draft, you can click over there by Steven. In the middle here, there's always a subscribe button to give us some love. Make sure to like and comment on the video as well. And
hit the noti
so you'll know when we upload.
And we'll see you next time.